home, I'll make sure I grab the mast. I'm pretty sure I left them in there.
Yep.
Gotta have
Actually,
one
if you
with
want
me.
to just leave those in here, you can.
That might be a good idea. Just, you gotta have them now. It's so sad.
That's what they think. You gotta have when you don't. That's overhyped.
I think so. But I am grateful that I'm safe because I've read about people that have had this. It's nothing to play with. Frankie's always going to be a part of that church no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever way you want to roll.
Yep.
That might be a smarter way.
Gonna let it sit for a bit.
Okay.
Let the oil settle.
That's fine.
So
you don't mind, do you, Kimberly? All right, good enough.